member for Marco City.
Mr. Speaker, I have quoted the rules in this House many times, and at the conclusion of this debate tonight, I'm going to refer to another rule. But I think it's very important that we do not quote the rules in part. Rule 33 is, as the leader for government business in the House has said, if you stop at 33.1. But if you go to 33.3, it's very clear that 33.1 is subject to 33.3. And you could raise a motion, you could second the motion, but you do not put the motion if, in the words of 33.3, it appears to the Speaker that such a motion for closure of debate is in respect of a matter under debate that has not been fully aired, and that he should not allow the motion to be put. Insofar, Mr. Speaker, as there's been a ruling on this, no, let me finish this. Insofar as there's been a ruling on this, I'm still standing on a point of order.
Member for Bain and Grandson, the chair wants to hear the member for Marco City. As I've heard the members.
But I'm on a point of order.
Yeah, there's a number of points of orders.
I said that. I said that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My position is very simple. One, and to the extent that 33.1 is subject to 33.3, and to the extent that 33.3 says that the debate shall not be put to closure if the Speaker is satisfied that the matter is not being aired, and to the extent that the Speaker, Mr. Speaker, has ruled that he is so satisfied, there's no appeal from that. He has indicated that the debate ought to continue, and he has cited the relevant rules. We cannot cherry-pick the rules. The rules are very clear, and I understand that if the Speaker had not so ruled, that the debate would be closed. But to the extent that that ruling has gone on, there's only one way of affecting a ruling of the Speaker. That's a substantive motion. And we're not here on a substantive motion. And this is, I mean, regrettably, it's unseemly. It's a bit unseemly to be discussing this now. And we have probably used half of the time already that the honourable member for Fort Charlotte would have used in concluding his portion of the debate. As I've said before in this House, Mr. Speaker, if we in this House do not have the freedom of speech, then no one in the country has it. And so I would just refer to Rule 33.3, refer to the Speaker having ruled, and let's get on with the business of the debate and close the debate and move on. That's my contribution on a point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, honourable member. Just to bring the matter, the impasse to a head with respect to where we are, the member for Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador rose to his feet and moved for a motion for closure. It was seconded, and the member for Fort Charlotte then rose to his feet and indicated his desire to speak and to contribute to the national debate, budget debate. And the chair had indicated earlier that obviously this is a matter for Rule 33 in our rules of procedures. And we have experienced about over 40 hours of debate, so it's been quite a long time. Many members have spoken. I believe all of the designated opposition members have spoken. Many of the government members have spoken, and if my math is correct, I believe there are four members of the governing party who have not spoken. It appears from my understanding that the member for Fort Charlotte, based on the records, have not attended the House over the last several days, and the chair did not receive notice of that, or, well, I'll leave that much said. On the face of it, it is the understanding that the House and the governing party always has the privilege to move for closure at any time during a debate. And I invoked Rule 33 in my initial ruling that speaks to closure, and having regard to the rules, when I had said earlier that it was a heart matter. I didn't say so to the extent that it means that the rules will not be applied. The rules must always be applied. But I have a sense that the rules ought to be applied by a person who sits and uses the spirit of the rules, and through that spirit and interpretation makes a ruling. And I will read, I've allowed much back and forth with respect to what various members believe is correct or ought to be done. Rule 33.1 says, after any question has been proposed in the House or in committee of the whole House, any member rising in his place without notice, and whether any other member is addressing the chair or not, may move, quote, that the question be now put, close quote, and the motion shall be put forthwith and decided without amendment or debate. That is Rule 33.1. That was done. Rule 2, 33.2 states, if the motion for closure is carried, the debate before the House shall cease, and the question before the House shall be put by the Speaker. Rule 3 says something I find to be very interesting. If it appears to the Speaker that such a motion for closure of the debate is an abuse of the rules of the House, or is an infringement on the rights of the minority, or that the matter under the debate has not been fully aired, he shall not allow the motion to be put. In this rule, of all three rules, what strikes me as important to my final decision is when it says, if it appears to the Speaker that such a motion for closure, the operative word for me is appears. And that word allows me as chair to use my discretion and determine that if the chair allows the debate to end right now without the honorable member not speaking, it would be an abuse of the same rules that we follow. I've listened to both sides very carefully, and I've taken advice. But, however, if it appears to the Speaker that such a motion for closure of debate is an abuse of the rules or an infringement of the rights of the minority, and we've played with that word minority tonight, and whether the member is regarded as a minority or not is somewhat technical, or that the matter under debate has not been fully aired, he shall not allow the motion to be put. So it was moved, and it was seconded. But, however, the chair's final decision is to not allow that motion to be put based on these rules. And in my view, and my ruling, is that the member for Fort Charlotte should be allowed to speak. Chair recognized the honorable member for Fort Charlotte.